What's up? What's up? What's up? It is your girl, Miss Cat, your coach, accountability partner, and teacher. And we're here again with another episode of Both Sides of the Check. Matter of fact, I think this is episode 5. So we just want to say, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're seeing all the comments, we're seeing all the responses, and we are just overjoyed. But before we jump into this first the topic of the day, let me let my girl Sean say a few words.
What's up? It's your girl LaShawn the Don, that is, with the Party Palace, and we are here on our 5th episode. So thank you guys again for tuning in. We really appreciate all of the feedback and just showing love to us.
Most definitely. This is the 5th episode of Both Sides of the Check. So, with that being said,
oh Lord. Oh my God.
I think we've been diving in deep. Matter of fact, our last episode, we was talking about Black-owned business. So, you know what? I'm not going to go back into the Black-owned business vein, but I do want to kind of talk about doing business with your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And let me just paint the picture. Let me just get it popping, right?
Oh Lord.
So, as you know, I just started a consulting firm. My consulting firm is Cat Consulting. Thank you so much.
I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that. So, as this being one of my new business ventures, so on and so forth, sometimes you think when you first start something new, should your friends, should your family, should they just automatically support you because it's you, do people just dive right in and just support you? And I see people on social media say stuff to the effect it don't cost you nothing to share. It don't cost you nothing, to post their stuff, this, that, and the third. It costs $0, for you to support your friends and family. So I want to start this off right. And I just want to ask you, in your own opinion, when you have a friend or a family member who starts a new business, should you automatically support them on GP?
I would say yes, because of where I am in life.
Okay.
I would say yes because I'm an entrepreneur, and I know that support from the people who you genuinely love and care about means a lot. Now, it has been said that the people that support you the most are people that you don't know, but I think that, people supporting you who you love and care about means a lot more than just any random person. But I mean, I just think that it is important that if you can support it, even if it's not buying anything from them or using their service, at least share, because a referral can go really, really far. So I would say yes, that I think that you should automatically support.
So for me, you ready? Look,
here comes the difference.
Here we go. I don't like that, to be honest with you. Okay. And let me tell you why. So for me, being and doing what I do, I have outsiders that pay me upwards of $6,000-$7,000, to coach, mentor, this, that, and the third. I find that my closest people, because they are so close to me and they know me personally, they don't find value in what I do, or they haven't researched. You know what I'm saying? So if you just support somebody on GP, you really don't know the quality of what they do, right? You don't really know if they're reputable. You know what I'm saying? You just supporting them on GP, and they might do janky, raggedy business, and then now you tied up because, you putting your name and reputation on the line just because that's your kinfolk or whatever the case may be. So, like I said, for me, it's twofold of the reason why I say no, in my opinion. Because A, if you support me just on GP, most likely you haven't researched what I did. So most likely you don't really value my work and what I bring to the table. So if I do say, hey, come to my workshop or come do this, you're not going to really, because you like, oh, I'm with her, you know, personally. I know she about to go fly out to Dubai, you know what I'm saying? And she taking that workshop money, you know what I'm saying? And that might be another reason why friends and family don't support you, because they be so close to you. But that's another, you know, we can get into that. But so that's, like I said, that's number one. But number two for me, like I said, we don't know the quality of the work that these people do, especially if it's new. And I don't just support people because if I can't vouch, like I want my word and my reputation to supersede me. And if I can't vouch for you like 10 toes down.
But how would they know how your business is if they don't try it?
I would just say look at the reviews or what. I guess for me, because for me, this is for me. I get my clients and I get what I do through digital marketing. Like I'm not once somebody tries my service, yes, referrals. I do thrive on referrals.
Okay.
However, I'm not waiting for friends and family to support me because, like you said, most of the time they don't.
They don't.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm not going to set up my business structure around friends and family to support me, right?
That makes sense.
So with that being said, when I do have a friend or family member that I know, you know, that may need my service or whatever the case may be, I'll have some Google reviews or, you know, a way that they can see, tried and tested.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, what I do. But I wouldn't come to one of my friends or family to try to test my service because, like I said, most of them, because they haven't researched it or I'm too personable with them, they don't find the value in that. But, you know, hey, let's talk about it.
I mean, I just think that support again from the people that you love and you have the utmost respect for, it means a lot for them to support you. It helps push you along the way because like that's your tribe, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like it's against the law for them not to, but it feels better. You know what I'm saying? Family is important to me, so I guess that's why I say that. You know what I mean? It's important to me that my family supports me, the people that I love and care about support to me. And even if I've never done an event for them, like they've said words of encouragement, they've told other people, and that makes the difference to me. And that's a part of support, in my opinion. So I guess if we're talking about money-wise, they probably not gonna be the first ones to support.
Got you.
You know what I mean? But when we talking about something that money can't buy, then I'm looking for that from them.
And I hear you 100%, but it's been times where like people. So again, I'm not trying to disregard what you're saying, but I've been in circumstances where I'm at an event or I'm out and about with somebody personable to me, and they're like, "Yo, like you got to check out Miss Cashy the Truth." Oh, well, what does she do? You know, so they don't even know. You get what I'm saying? So how you gonna vouch for me? How you gonna be a true, you know? So not saying that it's not like that I don't love it or don't want it, but how you gonna truly be a true advocate or referral or whatever, and you don't even know what I do? You get what I'm trying to say? So again, for me, I just feel like I personally don't. I'd rather keep family and business separate. You know what I'm saying? So that way I don't get in my feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't get in my feelings because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to really research or, find out what it is that I do. They're going to see other people raving about it. So now they're going to just jump on the bandwagon, which is cool. But like I said, I've been in circumstances where it's like, yo, check her out, do that. And it's like, what is she? Well, Kat, what is it that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
again, and I mean, it just depends on the type of support that you feel like is important. You know what I'm saying? And I think the type of support that money can't buy is a lot more important to me because sometimes we don't always know what financial situation people may be in and they can't support because in my industry, everybody wants to be celebrated. Everybody wants to have a party or what have you. But I mean, it costs.
Yeah.
And they just don't have it. You know what I'm saying? But somebody calling or somebody leaving a comment saying, I'm proud of you. I'm inspired. It's you guys have gone so far. Like that means a lot to me. And no, it can't pay a bill. It can't pay a bill, but it keeps me going on the days when, I can't go on, or it's not busy, I think about the people that's behind me that are saying, you know what, I can't give up because I got people that's looking at me who are proud to say that they're a part of me, they're attached to me some kind of way. So again, if we talking about the money situation, I know that they're not gonna be the first ones to support.
I know you see this devilish grin on my face because yeah, you just open up a can of worms. So I appreciate what you just said about that, but what if I'm throwing a big old party and I go to your competitor? How do you feel now, Sean the Don? Like how do no. So let's set the stage a little bit deeper.
Okay.
I'm getting quotes. Do I, because you my people, right? Because we talking about support.
Okay.
Do I say, you know what? I'm getting quotes. Let me consider my people. And if they don't consider you, now let's talk about that.
When it comes to that, for some strange reason, and it's people, whether I know them or not, when I ask them, what is your budget? They never want to say that.
Okay.
They don't want to say that. Because for whatever reason, they don't want to share how much money they have. And I look at that in the same way I would look at the next person. I advise you to shop around because everybody is not my client. Whether I know them or not, they may not be my client. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm charging more than what they can afford, I can respect you going somewhere else or saying, hey, I can't afford you. I'm not going to be upset.
You see,
I'm not going to be upset.
Audience, I'm talking directly to you, audience. You see how she's trying to dance around a question? So look, this is the question though. This is the question because the topic that we're talking about today is, do we automatically support, right? So if I'm getting quotes, so this is not a commitment. This is not, like sign on the dotted line. This is just like, hey, I'm about to throw a party and you hear through the grapevine that your kinfolk got 5 quotes and didn't consider you. Are you telling me that don't make you feel no type of way? I'm just asking.
Look, if you feel like I'm going to do it for free because I know you, or I'm going to do it for cheap because I know you, please call the next person. Don't call me.
Well, but what if they don't think that? What if they spend 10 bands? You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just saying, like, so sticking in the vein of the topic, I guess what I'm saying is, does that, not saying that you automatically think that people should do business with you, but like in that type of circumstance, we're talking about, your people supporting you. Do you feel like, well, dang, like, I do the core, I'm your people, you could at least, like, you never had situations like that where you like, dang, you could have, especially when they come to you crying like, man, I just spent $10,000 and they gave me 2 plates and 2 balloons. Like, you never had Sean, see, I can't look.
No, I'm being
Sean,
serious.
you ain't never had a situation where people came to you crying?
No, not people that's my people, no.
So your people gonna pull up?
My people gonna pull up. If they doing a party, they gonna, it's a matter of them calling me. Like, what's up? Can you make it to town to do this for me? And another thing, I guess I don't run into that issue because I live in a city where my family does not live. My people don't live here.
Gotcha.
So I don't have that issue. Now, have I had an issue, or not really an issue, so to speak? Have I known someone to go somewhere else that I know? Yeah, I have. Did I get in my feelings about that? No, because at the end of the day, they were disappointed.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what you got instead of using the person that you could trust. So
understood. So that's sometimes you just let the outcome speak for itself.
We just gonna see what color the wall gonna be. That's it. We just gonna see what color the wall gonna be.
Understood.
But okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
So you say you don't think that the people should automatically support. Then what do you think the people that are your people should do? They should just, if they need a service that you offer, just go somewhere else. Don't even call me.
No, it's not that. No, it's definitely not that. I'm here to serve whomever.
Oh, okay.
Let's be guys. I just want, like, I'm talking to you. I'm here to serve whomever, friend, family, foe.
Okay.
Friend, family, foe. I just want to make sure that's clear. Okay. But I definitely do. I appreciate it if people do their research though.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because I'm I'm passionate about what I do, you know what I'm saying? And I think that it's kind of like a slap in the face if, or I do offer, consultations, you know what I mean? And things of that nature. So we can have a consultation, things of that nature. But it's just unfortunately a lot of times when you try to mix the two, you know what I mean? It don't always go, the right way. Because for me, if you are a friend of mine, you get a different cat. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. So you get a different cat where you could just pick up the phone and call me and we could chop it up for hours and this, that, and the third. Where my clients, my real genuine clients that pay me thousands to coach and mentor them, they have to schedule time. Okay. They have to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like night and day, right? And so it's hard for me, I guess in my space, to say, you know what, Sean, I'm gonna just use you as an example. Sean, I know I'm coaching you and mentoring you, but when we talking, like, dog, I don't want to hear about your tax office, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear about, like, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to like do business, if you get what I'm trying to say.
I guess in that case, then it kind of depends on the industry.
That part, yeah. That part.
That it just depends on the industry, but I mean,
but to answer your question, I don't mind, doing business with my friends, but I just want you guys to research me first. I do want to be respected that if we're doing business, let's do business. Okay. And then when we're doing something pleasure, I don't want to talk about it. And that be the thing. Like people, oh, well, by the way, well, I know I got, like, no, because if you are a real client, you would have to schedule time. You would have to, you know what I'm saying? Like we would have to have a coaching session or whatever the case may be. You understand what I mean? Like, and sometimes that's not respected. So, and again, like you said, it could be simply because it's a different type of industry, but as far, like, for example, with decor, anything that I do, you know what I'm saying? I'm always like, yo, like I got my person, you know what I mean? So I think what you're saying is totally correct. Like depending on, the industry and, what the person does, sure. that will definitely, determine how it goes.
Yeah.
So
I think we can kind of
agree on that. We can agree on that.
We can agree on that.
Finally, 5 episodes in. Five episodes.
We agree on a lot of stuff, but I mean, we just have a difference in opinion on some things because, again, to me, support means something different. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think being that I feel like support means something different. What you feel like we can
and again it's not that I think support is monetary. Okay. I just think that I've personally been in circumstances where people do try to, that is their way. Like you said, if I'm out and about and I know somebody need the core, immediately, yo, let me put you on a party pal. You know what I'm saying? Immediately. And it's the same thing with, like, I have genuine people that love, adore me, respect me. And so when we go out, it's like, yo, Kat is the truth. But like I said, it's not a true, it's not a true plug. It's not a true, you know what I'm saying? Connecting. Yeah, exactly.
It's not a connection.
Yeah, so it's not a true, support per se, even though it doesn't cost them $1, but how are you really help if you don't even know how to big me up or how to, you understand what I'm saying? So
I think that it's safe to say that it just means something different. And you want it to look a certain way. And when what I mean by when I say that is like, you measure it a different way, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like if you are not knowledgeable of what it is that you do, look, don't even mention
it's okay.
Name.
Like it's okay because I'm the type of person, like I'm saying, I'm the type of person that, like, no shade, I'm not looking to you. Cause you my partner. Like I'm gonna go travel with you. I'm gonna go kick it with you. We gonna go do what we do. I can't say it on, you know what I mean? Like, so at the end of the day, I'm not looking to do business with you. You know what I'm saying? On some G. So for me, in that regard, it is totally different. You know what I mean? Like your support is just being my like I don't just be my friend.
And we've had that conversation before too. So.
And then if you do so happen to really know, like, yo, like, because I do have friends, like personal friends that have coached with me, paid me top dollar to coach and mentor them. They have went through my services, went through my program, and they can genuinely speak. That's why sometimes they may seem more fangirl than friend, right? Because they've been through, my processes. And so when they speak, it's genuine, it's true. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can show up and pull up. But for those that don't, just be a friend. Like just love me. You know what I mean?
Us, like, it's just, it's almost hard for us to do business because everything is going to turn into just like, we just kicking, like that's Sean, that's Kat, that's everything is just turned into like a mental kickback, so to speak. So we don't. I guess it makes it hard for us to kind of like do business. Of course, when you have events, I must say, whatever I say I charge when Kat is doing an event, she pays that. She don't say, dog, can you cut me a deal? Can you do whatever? Like, and I respect that. So whatever price that I come up with for you, I always try and make sure I look
and
out for
it is the big dog price.
I really want to, I want to make sure that I show you some sort of appreciation, by supporting me, because there are other people who do what I do. Speaking of which, we want to make sure that we let everybody know about Miss Kat Consulting. So we're going to go ahead and let you know that Miss Kat has a consulting.
Yes, that way when you want to support me by sharing what I do,
right. Go ahead,
that way you know exactly what I do. But thank you, for passing the torch. But yes, so I do have a consulting firm which specializes in business, business development, business formation. And this goes beyond just getting an LLC. Like anybody can go online, get a free LLC. Like, we all know how to do that. But once you get the LLC, then what? Like, what's next? What I'm saying? So what I do is I help people not just form the business, but set up their business so that way they can be able to get funding. Business funding, not in their social, but with their EIN number, right? We also, just because I'm in the tax space, we also talk about how to separate your business from your personal, for the tax side. We also show you how to make money with the business. So for example, like if you sell cups, there is more than one way to sell that cup. You can sell a product, or you can actually, put it together into an offer. You know what I mean? So we talk about how to, construct your offer. And then once you get your business up and running, once you start making money with your business, how to hire and, and automate the business flow. So that's pretty much, give or take.
That's what you do. And that was a lot. So for the people who don't think that fast, let's go ahead and let them know how they can find you. And I think that would be a help.
Yes.
Because that was a lot of information.
Yes. So Miss Kat Consulting, MS. So I'm MSCAT Consulting on both Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to, visit my website, is connectwithmisskat.com. So connectwithmisskat.com. And we know, look, the Party Palace. Talk about it, boo. Sure. What we do.
The Party Palace is an event planning company, and we do commercial and private events. We offer rentals. We offer assistance on event day. We also offer coordination. We do all types of rentals. Mostly we specialize in balloons, but there's all types of things that we offer when it comes to events, and we can be found on social media, Facebook, The Party Palace Houston, on Instagram, TPP Venue, or HTX The Party Palace. And again, that's The Party Palace on Instagram. If you click on us, you'll see two different pages when it comes to Instagram, but everything that we've done is there. We certainly love to do events, and we take pride in it, and hopefully that shows in our work for anyone in need. But we can always get the job done, for sure, big or small.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and land this plane.
Okay.
So we was talking about, just diving in, supporting, doing business with our friends and family. So just from what I gathered, I think it's safe to say that It definitely depends,
Yep.
on the industry
Yes.
if we
Yes.
just dive in, right? I think that regardless of what type of industry it is, I still think you should do your research. Even with decor, go to the Instagram, see the page, because for me, I want to advocate for something that I actually think is
You're
dope. You know
knowledgeable.
what I'm saying? Yeah, like, so I can go on there and say, yeah, I've been to the Instagram, I seen the decor, whatever, whatever. So just do a little research, even if it's just 5 minutes on social media. And yeah, it doesn't cost anything to share a post. You see people promoting an event, doing whatever, like,
Yeah.
yeah, like jump in and do what you do.
And I mean, again, I agree wholeheartedly with what it is that you're saying. You should do your own research. But I don't want people to take away from this that people aren't appreciative. Entrepreneurs aren't appreciative of the type of support that money can't buy, because that is very important, especially in times as such. You certainly need that mental encouragement. So just make sure you do what it is that you can do for your loved ones. And it doesn't always mean money, or it doesn't always mean a referral, because on a low day, somebody saying, "Hey, I'm proud of you," it can help keep you going.
Well, this is Miss Cat, your coach, accountability partner, and teacher,
And I'm LaShonda Dunn with the Party Palace, and
and
we're
we're
both
both
sides
sides
of
of
the
the
check.
check.